Welcome to ICMK, and today we got some really big news. But before we get into it, help the channel out, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like. Also let us know what your thoughts in the comment section below. It really helps the channel out, and we really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get right into the news here. The main topic, the one and only topic that we really want to discuss right now. WB is getting sold to Netflix. We thought some time ago, not that long ago, that it was most likely going to be Saudi Arabia that was going to buy WB. Maybe Paramount Plus, a couple other people were potentials. But Netflix has been their bid's been accepted by WB at $30 per share. This is like some billions and billions of dollars. That means Netflix is going to have control of some really big IPs like everything DC, so Superman, Batman, gonna have control of Harry Potter IP, also Lord of the Rings, and what was the other one? Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is kind of dead in my opinion, but they'll have it. So yeah, the one that we really care about, at least here on the channel, that they are going to be acquiring is Mortal Kombat and NRS. So what does this all mean? Well, first off, let's hold up a second. Let's not jump the gun. I just want to throw out their reminder, or throw out their, some knowledge to people that this deal is not 100% finalized. Government needs to basically approve of it. There's some people in the movie industry that are basically trying to get this not approved because they believe it'll cause too much of a shift in the movie industry and make Netflix too dominant. I think that's a load of crock, to be honest. I don't think this will make Netflix monopoly or dominate the movie industry in any shape or form, personally. I think this will just give Netflix a boost that they desperately been seeking, actually. They've been trying thing after thing to stay relevant as a streaming service and stay on top, be a top player in the streaming service game. But they've been looking for something to really push them over the edge against their top competitors. So yeah, maybe they will become the #1 streaming service, or will be, seen in everyone's eyes as the top one because of this deal and what they could potentially do with a lot of these IPs in the future down the line and for, the foreseeable future. But we still have to wait and see if it actually gets finalized. I personally would be surprised if this doesn't get finalized. So yes, I expect Netflix to have full control of Mortal Kombat, and let's discuss that for a sec. So what is it going to mean for Netflix to have control of Mortal Kombat? Well, I would expect there to be some kind of new Mortal Kombat series. I would expect them to continue with the Mortal Kombat movies. I think about back in the mid-90s when we got Mortal Kombat the first Mortal Kombat movie, and then the Mortal Kombat Annihilation. We also had the Mortal Kombat Conquest TV show, as well as Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm animated show. We might get something like that, where we got movies continuing to come out. We have the Mortal Kombat 2 movie still coming in May this next year. We might get a live action series. We might get an animated series. But honestly, nothing's announced. I wouldn't expect them to announce anything until this is 100% finalized anyway. But everything right now is just speculation. But that's what I would expect. As far as the gaming goes, as far as the actual Mortal Kombat games, I feel like that's more up in the air. How much does Netflix care about the gaming? Are they going to support, try to be like, okay, now we have a gaming division, let's continue it, as they've been doing, and see how we can improve in multiple areas, not just Mortal Kombat games, but DC games and just all around. Or they could potentially just shut stuff down and be like, you know what, we're not a gaming company. After you guys finish what projects you're in the middle of, we'll release those, and then unless they're major big hits, we'll probably just shut down our all the gaming divisions. It's really hard to say. We really need more information, but it definitely looks like WB is officially going to be sold, along with Mortal Kombat, to Netflix. Of all companies, to Netflix. Is this going to... On one hand, this is an opportunity for Mortal Kombat to get better, where recent years, it feels like Mortal Kombat's been on a downfall a little bit. As far as the quality of it. So this, having some fresh new hands, we get a shake up in personnel of who's making the calls on what we're gonna, what they're gonna do with the games and whatnot. It could all end up being for the better. We could end up getting the better Mortal Kombat in the end because of this. However, honestly, my expectations is I don't really expect Mortal Kombat to get any better because of this move. I don't think Netflix is... I don't see them as a better company than WB per se, as far as how they manage things and all that stuff. So I feel like at the moment that most likely we're just going to still get the same quality of games that we've been getting recently from WB, while still pushing monetization, DLC, overpriced DLC, harder and harder and harder, and get, all that microtransaction money. I feel like they're going to try to nickel and dime us, just like WB has been trying to nickel and dime us with Mortal Kombat. And really, this all... I mean, you could say it maybe kind of started with MK11, but it was mainly really felt with Mortal Kombat 1, releasing back in 2023, so just a little over 2 years ago. It's really been just the past couple years that it's really felt like to the majority of people, WB's trying to just suck us dry, nickel and dime us as much as possible when it comes to Mortal Kombat. And, I mean, just look at $10 skins. What was it, $15 or something for fatalities? Those seasonal fatalities. It's just gotten ridiculous. And then the story of Mortal Kombat. I mean, there's so much things with the modern Mortal Kombat right now that are wrong and fixable. And hopefully this opens the door for things to get fixed and get Mortal Kombat back on the right track in many ways. I just honestly have the fear that it's not going to really change much of anything as far as Mortal Kombat goes, and I'm more worried that after NRS's next game, because I know they've got something that they've been working on, so whatever their next game is, let's say it only does 3 to 6 mil. Is that going to be enough for Netflix to say, hey, we want to stick in this, we want to stay in this gaming part of things and continue supporting NRS and continue supporting video games and have you guys keep releasing? Or will they be like, hey, we don't really see the value in keeping in our games division. We're more of a movie, TV show company, and this is what we're going to do instead, and shut down the gaming divisions. I'm worried they could. It's really hard to say. What we really need is, after this deal is finalized, we need a top representative of Netflix to actually come out and give us a press release, basically, of what they plan to do with their newly acquired pieces. And then that will basically give us some foresight, maybe calm some nerves on what's going to happen with all these other studios, not just NRS, but the other gaming studios as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, it's going to happen. I really have no doubt. I mean, there's potential it could get blocked by the government still, but I highly doubt it. Mortal Kombat's going to be owned by Netflix. Whatever Netflix series they do of Mortal Kombat, whether they're good or bad, I just hope they're enjoyable. When it comes to film adaptations or animation adaptations of Mortal Kombat, I don't really expect them to be a one-to-one to the real lore, because they never are. So over the years of them never being a true one-to-one like that, I'm more open to accept that type of stuff, and to just enjoy it for what it is, just to have enjoy some casual action and stuff with characters that I like, from a IP that I like, But I really hope that doesn't end up being the case, that all we end up getting from this, besides maybe one more game, is just TV shows and movies and stuff like that. That would suck. I mean, that would be cool, but that would also suck. Because I want Mortal Kombat games. I want new Mortal Kombat games. I want good Mortal Kombat games. I want good story. I want good gameplay. I want some good Mortal Kombat. And, I felt like MK9 was good. MKX was good. MK11, even though it's got its issues, it's still good compared to MK1. So I just really hope they can get back on track with Mortal Kombat. I really hope this does open the door for the company to do so. But we're just going to have to wait and see. That's my thoughts on it. I'd like to hear from you guys. Again, please leave a like to help the channel out. It really helps a lot. Every single like helps spread this video out to more people's recommendations, and that helps the channel out overall. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, let me know your comments let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time here on ICMK.